player conspicuously absent will be Audie Norris as we take a look at the starting lineups for both teams. Your thoughts about how they perhaps will match up, particularly up front without Audie Norris?
Well, without Audie Norris, even though the PA announcer announced that he would not be playing tonight, he is dressed. He was involved in the warm-up session a few minutes ago. I would not discount him not playing. I think that if they get in a jam, you can see Audie in the game. They will not play him unless they have to. But it's going to be a tough battle under the boards tonight.
Michael Thompson and Caldwell Jones jump for their respective teams, and Chicago and Steve Johnson control the opening tap. Enos Watley dribbling the basketball, and we'll get those lineups for you. Orlando Woolridge, 0. Inside to Steve Johnson, number 32. Good help from Kenny Carr, but he doesn't get there soon enough. Johnson follows his own shot, and the Bulls are on the board, 2-0.
Steve Johnson, excellent post-up position. Thompson and Carr combined stopped him the first time, but he got his own rebound, put it back in.
Valentine, number 14, swings the ball around to Kenny Carr, who's number 34. Number 4, Jim Paxson.
They're going to talk about the 24-second clock. Kevin Lockery is saying that there was not any control and that it should have expired. We have 11:26. We're going to test some math out real quick here, Steve. 11:26, that means that there should have been 34 seconds that have expired. Let's listen to the scores bench, see what's going on.
You can always count on the officials to keep the coaches away from the microphones. That's what happened just moments ago. They've got the shot clock situation straightened out. The Trailblazers will have 11 seconds to put it up and get it down. Valentine.
Same spot on the floor before the officials stop play. Shows he can hit it.
So Valentine gets his first 2 points of the ball game and ties the game up at 2 with 11 minutes and 10 seconds here in period number 1. So the game is just underway, and the Chicago Bulls and the Trailblazers both in half-court situations on their first 2 possessions. Woolridge on the drive.
Nice drive by Woolridge. Both times down the court on offensive sets by the Bulls. They've been running the same play with Woolridge coming up high. They're trying to get the ball around to Jordan.
Vandeweghe wide open on the baseline. So the Bulls get 2 layups. The Trailblazers come back with 2 outside jump shots, tie the ball game up at 4. Vandeweghe with his first 2 points of the night. You look at that matchup. Is that going to be an offensive duel, Larry, you think, between Woolridge and Kiki Vandeweghe?
I think there's no question about that. As the Bulls throw it away, Steve, Woolridge, I think he's going to let Vandeweghe have his shot on outside, have the drive. Both players are not noted for their defensive abilities. They're more considered offensive players, so I think each of them are, neither one of them is going to hurt their average tonight.
The Bulls show pressure. Jimmy Paxson breaks it. 14 seconds left on the shot clock for the Trailblazers. Ball knocked away in Chicago, and Woolridge in a break, and now he'll hold it up. Enos Watley, if you remember him from a year ago, he was a player that made the big drive in the overtime to come up with the drive in the 3-point play that gave them that 1-point victory in a 4 overtime ball game. Long pass from Valentine to Vandeweghe.
Perfect pass. Vandeweghe taking off. Darnell seeing that he's wide open, but it wasn't an easy play. He had to throw that ball a long ways. We take another look at it. Darnell gets it up, leads Kiki. Kiki just dumps it through. Good play.
Vandeweghe gets his 4th point and puts Portland up by 2. 6-4 is the score in the ball game. Michael Jordan looks for his first juke, gets it on an off-balance jumper.
Off balance, and he's also looking for the foul, trying to keep some contact, hoping to hear the whistle, but he gets the 2 points.
Valentine having trouble controlling that ball, finally stolen away by Enos Watley. 3-on-2. Portland is back defensively.
So far, it looks like Jordan's waiting for his teammates to get out of his way.
Steve Johnson, who's made that switch from the center position to the forward. He gets air special, and we have a whistle. Rebound foul, that's going to go against Kenny Carr. Any reproduction or rebroadcast of tonight's game is strictly prohibited unless authorized by Blazer Broadcasting. Announcers are selected and paid by Pro Basketball. So it's real early, Larry, and we have a timeout already at 8:54 mark.
Steve, thus far when Michael Jordan has had the basketball, it looks like instead of his teammates setting a pick for him, that they've almost been in his way a couple times. He has the ability to go to the hoop. Obviously, his teammates have not been away too much this year. He's having a great year, but early in this game, it looks like the plays, at least they're making the Bulls freelance. That's the Blazers, making them freelance enough that no one's getting any shots out of the offense. Good defense thus far by the Blazers.
One of the problems for both of these teams here in the early part of the season is fluidity in their half-court offenses. Chicago has a tendency to go one-on-one very quickly. The Trailblazers try to avoid it, but they have also fallen prey to that. Jordan, baseline, travels.
But Jordan makes a move. Watch the impact. Watch his knee right there. Now, there's some contact. That would be about 50% of the time. You can see where Jordan doubles the dribbles. About 50% of the time, that's going to be a foul on the defensive player for putting his knee out.
So Paxson gets away with one, and the Chicago Bulls turn it over, and it turns into a field goal for Michael Thompson. So Thompson gets his first two. That puts Portland up by 2. 8-6, 8:30 remaining in the first period of play. Steve Johnson not noted for his ability to pass, but he finds Woolridge inside, and he picks up a foul against Vandeweghe. Vandeweghe trying to play position.
Taking a look at the replay, Kiki's going to get caught down low. Woolridge makes a nice move. Good pass. That's a tough one to defend. And then Woolridge going up strong, and they're going to call that every time. Even though Kiki probably gets a lot of ball, there's a bump. Now when he goes up, the contact, Woolridge misses the first of two.
Woolridge shooting 57% from the field, just 72% from the line. Getting fouled quite a bit. 111 attempts. He comes away with 1 of 2. That is the third point in the night for Orlando Woolridge, and they are within 1. 8-7 is the score as the Bulls try to pressure. Trap with Steve Johnson and Watley. Valentine travels with no whistle.
Yes, he did. He took that extra step, got away with it.
Good two-man game between Valentine and Thompson. Valentine picks up his second assist. Thompson picks up his 4th point in the ball game, and the Trailblazers are up by 3. 10-7. Steve Johnson travels, no whistle.
Well, what you said, Steve, is very, very true. Both teams look a little ragged. Last time down the floor, as we looked at Steve Johnson, the ball being out of bounds and off of Johnson, the Blazers get it back. Blazers did not react too well to that press last time down the court, but they still scored.
Kenny Carr. So Carr, starting for the first time this season, gets his first 2 points of the ball game, increases the Trailblazer lead to 5. The Bulls coming in here having won last night against the Seattle Supersonics, 113-94. They use this combination of Woolridge and Jordan to do most of the scoring. Woolridge does not connect on that drive.
Force pass. Blazers get a break as Woolridge loses out of bounds. Last defensive rebound, Kenny Carr made sure that nobody else is going to take it away from him.
Force pass, Larry, but do you think that Portland has to try to push that ball up court via the pass a little bit more in order to try to establish a running game?
Well, I don't blame him for trying it, and it's something, as we watch Kenny Carr still doing a good job on the board.
Well, Kenny Carr missed his drive, but followed and got the ball deflected, but it knocked in. That's 4 points of the ball game for Carr. Portland now up by 7, and they come to Michael Jordan.
See, he comes and goes up so strong and so high. Still has that soft touch. Paxson, but nice play by Paxson. He had Woolridge after him. After Jordan tries to block it, and then he ends up going over the other side of the basket. Pretty play.
So Paxson in the open court gets that driving layup for his first 2 points of the ball game. The Trailblazers continue to lead by 7, 16-9. Quick shot by the Bulls, rebounded by Caldwell Jones, and it falls in the hands of Kenny Carr. 2-on-1 break for Portland.
Great play. Good outlet pass to Jim Paxson. He makes a nice bounce pass over to Michael Thompson, streaking to the basket. Beautiful fast break. Well,
that's the way you want to run a fast break. It will be back with more action. 6:05 left to go here in this first period of play. Portland 18, the Chicago Bulls 9. The Trailblazers and Jack Ramsey. Let's tell you that the one thing that Jack Ramsey has to be pleased that they are pushing the ball up the court. They're getting some easy transition opportunities. Again, I focus on the one thought about passing the ball ahead. That's one of the things that the good running teams do. You think we'll see Portland eventually get to that and not so much dribble.
Well, they will. A couple of times they've tried to pass. It's been intercepted. But the thing that is easy to criticize is the fact when a team's running every once, you're going to throw the ball away once in a while. But that's just part of establishing the running game. But when you throw it away, it looks bad, but yet you're trying to establish that base. And so far, the Blazers are doing it.
So Portland up 18-9 as they come back with Woolridge. Quick move by Orlando Woolridge, and he gets his 5th point of the night. Makes it a 7-point lead for Portland, 18-11.
And we see what Kevin Lockery's thinking about. Get the ball to Woolridge, let him go against Kiki Vandeweghe.
Middle open for the Trailblazers. David Greenwood quickly in the ball game for Steve Johnson, and he picks up his first personal foul. So David Greenwood, after a long contract dispute, finally comes to terms and is playing, coming off the bench now, trying to work himself into game shape.
Enos Watley doing a good defensive job on Valentine as Valentine looks to penetrate.
Michael Thompson able to get that good deep position. We talked about it so many times.
Look at the body position. He uses his body to protect the ball, uses the backboard. Nice play.
Michael Thompson with 8. The noise in the background. Sam Bowie getting up out of his uniform along with Clyde Drexler. The Bulls working their half-court game back to Orlando Woolridge. Caldwell Jones on the offensive end.
Kenny Carr catches an elbow in the nose or the left eye. He comes out there blinking a little, but it's tough under the board. At least that's what they told me.
16 seconds on the shot clock. Vandeweghe wide open. Doesn't get it to go. Paxson brought his man in that time, and that sort of clogged things up. Jordan. Oh, my.
Oh, that's what everybody's been waiting on. We'll have that one on replay.
Kenny Carr back at the other end. Michael Jordan, one of those players that tries to take control of the ball game, trying to do so now for the Bulls. Watley does not connect. Jordan. The Bulls stay after it. Vandeweghe knocks it away.
Okay, now watch this. Everybody calls him Air Jordan, and this is why. Watch him penetrate. Now watch how long he stays there. He leaves the ground right there, goes the other side of the basket, and still puts it off the board. Looks like Steve Jones in your heyday.
Jordan comes out of the ball game after that sensational play. Quentin Daly comes in. Quentin Daly was their offensive force a year ago. Daly comes into this ball game tonight averaging 17-6 a contest along with Wes Matthews. So the Bulls have 2 starters in Caldwell Jones and Orlando Woolridge in, along with reserves Wes Matthews, David Greenwood, and Quentin Daly.
And the scouting report on him is he can shoot it. Looked like he could do it then.
Can and will shoot it. Trailblazers get Sam Bowie and Clyde Drexler in the ball game. Another fine feed from Valentine.
Great play by Valentine to Thompson. A little surprised that as Michael Jordan starting to get heating up, going up and down the court, that he comes out of the game.
Well, I am surprised that Kevin has taken him out so soon, but I think that he's trying to save him from the long haul. Daly again, back-to-back jump shots. The ball game is a 3-point affair. 22-19, Portland on top. Thompson, Portland's leading scorer here in the first period of play with 10. Works inside to Sam Bowie.
That's going against Clyde Drexler, but I want to tell you, Clyde Drexler looked like he was more like 6'10". Watch him come in here. He's going to go over the back, but that's going after the offensive boards. Clyde can do it very well.
Drexler picks up his first personal foul, 3rd team against the Trailblazers as the Chicago Bulls walk the ball over midcourt. Woolridge has been their leading scorer, and they've tried to keep the ball in his hand. Clyde Drexler with the steal. Caldwell Jones tries to cut him off, but doesn't get there in time.
Well, Caldwell Jones, he got there in time, Steve, but not in time to do anything about it, especially when the offensive player is going to make a move like Clyde makes. Now watch Clyde. He goes up. His contact's going to be made. Now he brings this ball down as Jones is trying to pull him out of bounds with him.
Caldwell Jones trying to get there and grab him before he could get his hands up in the air, did not do so. Clyde Drexler comes back with a 3-point play, and the Trailblazers lead is 6. 25-19, 3:04 to go in the first period of play. Corzine up off the Bulls bench, and will be poured in at the next dead ball. Greenwood.
I think he made Bowie, I believe, made Greenwood change his shot as he hustled after the ball. Great play. They're going to say that Bowie is out of bounds. Abui intimidating Greenwood on the jump shot. Then he almost comes up with a great steal. Out of bounds, Bulls get it back.
Let's take
another look at it. Excuse me, Steve, but right here, let's see if he steps, and he's out of bounds. Good call by Tommy Nunez.
I was going to say, let's give Sam Bowie all the credit, and don't say that Dave Greenwood is not in game shape. That ball certainly was short. Daly comes back 3, all in the bottom of the net. 6 points for Quentin Daly off the bench. A 4-point ball game. The Bulls pressure.
Michael's going to play a little big guard right now, dribbling out the top key. That's a poor shot. Goes in. That's not the type that you would want to see Clyde Pinkett all the time, but it worked out for him.
Again, both teams shooting the ball and perhaps shooting it quicker than their coaches would like in their half-court offenses. Valentine with a kneel steal going to pick up a personal foul against David Greenwood.
Well, Wes Matthews sort of throws this ball to Darnell Valentine more than he does David Greenwood. Matthews and Greenwood discuss it, but Darnell in the right spot picks it off easily.
Valentine out of the ball game at 2:08 in the first period of play. Steve Coulter, a surprise player here early. He has not had much chance to play. Good penetration. They call Vandeweghe for the travel.
I'm a little surprised at Kiki. He must have fumbled the ball a little bit because usually he'll go straight up with these. He had the chance to go straight up, but I guess he was intimidated by the Bulls coming across to pick him up. But I agree with you, Steve. Steve Coulter in a little early.
Dave Corzine gets Sam Bowie off his feet, doesn't get the whistle, but gets the hoop. It's a 4-point contest, 27-23. Pressure by Matthews on Steve Coulter. Thompson pushes that ball into Vandeweghe. Nice pay on the baseline there. Vandeweghe has control, and this time goes right up.
When the ball first goes in, Kiki this time says, I'm not going to dribble, but he dribbles once on the process of getting to the basket, but he goes up strong. He gets 2, have a chance to make it 3. Nice pass by Michael Thompson.
Vandeweghe, Portland's leading free thrower, 86%. Been struggling here a little bit after we talk about his tremendous start, having made 51 of 52. He's now 84-97 as the Bulls at Woolridge.
There wasn't much doubt about that one. That could be on the highlight film too. Watch how high he gets up over the basket.
That's tremendous extension and jumping ability by Orlando Woolridge. Some confusion by the Trailblazers as they break the trap. A 5-point advantage for Portland, 30-25. 1 minute remaining in the first period, and they call the foul against Quentin Daly.
Again, a nice pass by Michael Thompson. Kiki Vandeweghe using his body. There's a mismatch there. The Bulls did not make the switch properly. Daly on the back of Vandeweghe, and Michael Thompson puts the ball right where it had to be. It's Daly foul.
Vandeweghe with a quiet 7 points here in the first period of play, steps back to the free throw line, averaging 24 points a ball game, just under 25 at 24-9. He, along with Paxson and Michael Thompson, averaging better than 20 points a contest for the Trailblazers. He gets both of his to give Portland a 7-point advantage, 9 points in the first period of play for Kiki Vandeweghe. Daly, since coming off the bench, has been perfect. He is now being double teamed by the Bulls. 11 seconds on the shot clock.
They're going to call an illegal defense. Now Jack Ramsey, he's going to get up and disagree, as you can see on your screen. He's definitely not agreeing there, folks.
Why do the coach and the player that the illegal defense always get called on know immediately when it's been done? Offensive foul by Wes Matthews against Sam Bowie.
Well, Sam plugging up the middle decided that time he didn't need to block any shots. He could get the ball for his teammates without jumping, and he takes the offensive charge by Matthews.
34 seconds on the game clock, 19 on the shot clock as the Trailblazers get the ball into their half-court situation. The Bulls continue to pressure. Woolridge deflects it out of bounds.
Well, Kiki had Woolridge beaten. Woolridge reaches it around with those long arms, knocks the ball out of bounds.
Coulter.
Good shot.
So Steve Coulter, in his 2 minutes of action, is going to at least be a point-a-minute guy before he retires from the ball game. Nice, clean baseline jumper for Coulter. They double up on Quentin Daly again. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Daly.
Oh, that was a tough shot. He made it look easy.
Quentin Daly scores it, and the period is going to end with the Portland Trailblazers holding a 7-point advantage. 34-27. Daly finishes with a real tough shot, and you see Kevin Lockery saying, hey, we need a foul somewhere along the line, and some of our guys got to go to the free throw line.
Not only that, he's saying Wes Matthews wouldn't shoot it when he had it to the end.
As we look at the first period of play and reflect on the leading scorers, the Trailblazers, Michael Thompson and Kiki Vandeweghe have done it for Portland, combining for 19 points. You see Daly, Woolridge, and Jordan. They are the leading scorers for the Bulls, respectively. Daly coming off the bench to get a quick 8. So the Chicago Bulls have 27 points up. The Trailblazers have 34. We talked about it being an offensive game, Larry. Have you seen that in period number 1?
Well, with 34 points for the home team, I'd have to say it's an offensive game. The fast break's been working well for the Blazers. The Bulls, just when it looked like they were getting their game to going, Michael Jordan, he ends up coming out of the game. Lockery takes him out.
Our Dash for Cash guy left a lot of money out on the floor. They're picking it up now, so that's why we have a little bit of delay. Michael Jordan back in for the Chicago Bulls, along with Quentin Daly and Wes Matthews. So that means that Jordan will now slide up front along with Dave Corzine and David Greenwood. For the Trailblazers, it is Drexler with the basketball, flying out of control along with Kenny Carr and Sam Bowie, Jim Paxson, and Steve Coulter in the backcourt.
Clyde's a little upset because he felt like he had a couple of hands on his back when he lost control, but the officials didn't agree with it.
So the Trailblazers start the period with possession of the basketball and pick up a turnover, and Portland comes back with the trap. Michael Jordan.
Nothing but the bottom of the net. Took his time on the jump shot. 2 more for Jordan.
So Michael Jordan has his first 2 since re-entering the ball game, 8 in the contest, and the Bulls are within 5. Nice speed.
Well, Corzine overplaying. Corzine doesn't quite have the foot speed to overplay in front of too many people. Bowie gives it a head fake out front and then goes back door. Good pass from Coulter.
Big hoop is for Sam Bowie. They come back down at the defensive end, and Bowie fights Dave Corzine for that position. Now, with his ability to block shots, should he be concerned about trying to get around in front of Dave Corzine?
Boy, he should, as long as he's got him down too low. In other words, Corzine, if he gets down too low, there's a problem, but otherwise, Bowie shouldn't worry about it.
Daly misses his first shot on the night. The ball is picked back up and kept alive by Greenwood over to Corzine, who travels with the ball.
I don't know about the call that time on Corzine. Looked like he kept that right pivot foot planted. He moved his back one. Nevertheless, officials calling for traveling, and it's been 2 points if they hadn't called it.
36-29 as Paxson drives for the Trailblazers and shows his left hand and pushes the lead to 9. 38-29. Paxson with his 4th point in the ball game. Corzine
didn't hesitate at all. He says, I had a couple of points taken away from me in that travel call, so I'm going to get them back right away.
Dave Corzine gets his 4th points of the night. First 2 here in the second period of play. Kenny Carr comes back with his baseline jumper, and Portland's lead stays at 9. 40-31.
Corzine, I think he's mad from having that travel called on him, and Jack Ramsey, I think that's exactly why he's calling timeout. He says, now Corzine gets a jump shot from the top of the key, then he catches the ball on the sideline, drives to the middle, puts up a little hook shot, and Jack doesn't like it. Now he's talking to Sam Bowie right now about that situation. Well, I think even though that this all started with travel called on Corzine under the basket, Jack was probably a little upset with the position he had on that play. It's just that officials were able to bail the Blazers out.
The Bulls continue to show some sort of pressure. The Trailblazers beat it.
When Jordan comes over, they beat the press. Kenny Carr gets it from Clyde Drexler. Nice pass. Now watch Jordan. He's going to come over and say, there's no, and I'm going to foul you and make sure the ball doesn't go in the basket. Well, didn't happen. The ball goes in, and that's about as good as foul as you can give when a guy's going to the hoop. More than 9 times out of 10 would a guy not make that shot. but it took a good, not even a bounce. Just took a nice direction to the hoop. In, Kenny Carr has a chance to make it 3 and does.
That is the way that Kenny Carr, as a Wolfpack player at NC State, used to handle those Tar Heels down there. He manhandled players, and that time showing his strength. He comes up with 3, and the Trailblazers have a 10-point advantage. Jordan, hanging jumper, catches nothing but the side of the net. Portland with numbers, and the rookie Coulter turns it over.
No, we'll discuss that in a second, what happened there.
Daly takes a jumper from the outside, and here comes Clyde Drexler with a 3-on-2, 3-on-4 break, and Portland cannot convert for the second time in a row. So Michael Jordan slows it down for Chicago, down by 10, 43-33.
On the first fast break, Coulter had the ball, and Clyde Drexler had pointed up to lob it up to him, but he wasn't ready for it. Clyde Drexler going to be called for reaching in. But the first fast breaks that the Blazers did not connect on, as we're going to take a look at this post-up position by Jordan. There's where Drexler is reaching in, hitting the elbow, called for the foul. Now back to that first fast break. Coulter had the ball on the left side, and Clyde was on the right. Clyde pointed up towards the hoop like, lob it to me, but the Bulls made a good transition in getting back, covering up that play, and Coulter had already left his feet. He throws it away, comes back, Clyde loses it, so the Blazers failed to score on 2 fast break opportunities.
Michael Jordan, with his 10 points of the ball game, an 84% shooter from the free throw line, has Chicago within 8, 43-35. Drexler.
I think Drexler's a little pumped playing against Michael Jordan. More than a little.
So Drexler counters with his first hoop here in the second period of play, 8 of the night, and Portland's lead is back to 10, 45-35. Jordan short with that jump shot. Steve Coulter getting his longest run here in the Trailblazer uniform in the early part of the season. Came in at 2:08 and is now 8:41. Tries for a jump shot from the outside, can't connect. Drexler.
Drexler gets that long rebound, does not hesitate, turns around, faces up on Jordan, puts it in.
Gave an incorrect total for Clyde Drexler. He has 9 points in the ball game. That is his 4th hoop. His 4th point here in the second period of play. Sam Bowie.
Now, who are they going to call that one on? Clyde Drexler comes in, picks up the ball. They're going to call this on Clyde Drexler. Now watch Clyde. He's just going to reach out and grab a hold of this ball. As you can see, Clyde reaches in there. Looks like he's tied up. The ball should have been a jump.
Well,
Jack didn't agree. He gets technical.
They didn't agree. Quentin Daly, shooting 84% for the Chicago Bulls, steps to the free throw line and knocks that technical down, and now Steve Johnson will come to the line for Chicago. Drexler out of the ball game, Kiki Vandeweghe back in, so Drexler having done his job tonight off the bench, he's kicked in 9 points. Vandeweghe had 9 in that first period of play, so Portland getting terrific scoring from Carr, Vandeweghe, Thompson up front.
We have a final from Dallas. Dallas 113, Houston 95.
Try until you get it right. They have played them 3 times. That's their first victory this time this season, but the Houston Rockets have trouble winning away from home. They have yet to lose in the Summit and have only won twice out on the road. Foul called inside. This one's going to be
going to go
on
against
Dave Gorzine.
Gorzine, he's in position and try to block the shot, but Jim Paxson, I don't know why this ball didn't stay down. He makes a nice move. Now watch what Jim Paxson does as a guard. Look how high he gets the ball up off the glass. Had the opportunity to go in, but he's excellent going on the inside against the taller players and still lofting that ball up, getting to that over the top of their outstretched hands. Excellent job. Didn't get that one to go, but he gets 2 free throws.
83% shooter on the night, gets 1 of 2, and Portland's lead is 11. 48-37. Jim Paxson with 5 points, 3 of them here in the second period of play. 7 minutes and 59 seconds and counting as the Bulls' Wes Matthews works in a half court for Chicago. Jordan. Tough shot.
Real tough shot. Nudged a little, fades away, and still gets it to go.
Well, that is what makes Michael Jordan such a special talent. Coulter with the second try coming down the lane, can't get the ball to drop, and Kenny Carr picks up that loose ball foul over the back of Steve Johnson.
Again, this is one of those Coulter had a chance to go in, but this is one of those fouls you get once in a while, and you can't fault the guy because he's going to the offensive board. Kenny Carr committing the foul, but doing what he's supposed to do, trying to get that ball back for his teammates.
First personal against Kenny, actually second personal against Kenny Carr. Fourth team. Sam Bowie is going to be called for a push.
Watch his forearm right there. You can see it. Both hands are in the back of Corzine's back, and he gives a little shove as the pass comes in to Corzine, and that's why he was called for the personal foul.
So the Bulls are in the penalty at 7:30 to go in the ball game. Darnell Valentine checks in. Steve Coulter will go out. Corzine, a good free thrower for a big guy, gets the first one to go in and out and down, shooting 84% from the line himself. So they have some pretty good free throw shooters on their team. Daly at 84. Michael Jordan at 84, and the big guy, Dave Corzine. He gets one of two. Carr with the rebound. 8-point advantage for Portland and Valentine as they control the ball in a half-court situation. Paxson.
Nice shooting touch.
The largest lead of the ball game for Portland has been 11. They are now at 10 at 50-40. Michael Jordan with a tough offensive try. No whistle for Jordan. Corzine with the follow. Jordan. Corzine. The Trailblazers control it. Valentine.
Good play by Darnell. Had his body position correct. He had the opportunity to get over for Bowie, but it wasn't a sure thing, so he just turns his body, protects the ball, and puts it in.
So we have a break in the action at 6:54 to go in the first period of play. Portland up by 12, 52 to Chicago's 40.
Around the league, at the places or the teams that the Bulls have played against, the scouting report and what Rick Adelman has seen from them and other coaches is that they're not playing well. You mentioned in pregame tonight, they're not setting up well in their half-court offense, and I think that's very evident tonight. Kevin Lockery is a good coach, but he doesn't have any. I haven't seen too many smooth plays on when they have to sit up at half court. And what happens? They come out and they run a good play. Too bad Kevin can't call a timeout before every one.
A smooth play that time as they five Steve Johnson right in his home territory, deep underneath the basket. He gets two and makes it a 10-point ball game. Portland on top, 52-42. Jim Paxson hands the ball to Michael Jordan. Jordan looking for some room and some players and dribbles the ball right into the hands of Michael Thompson. And away.
Jordan didn't look too good on that fast break. He had a chance to really penetrate, and he held up.
Wes Matthews. So the Bulls hit another quick streak, and they've got 4 points in a row. They're within 8, 52-44, 6 minutes remaining in the period. Bulls lineup, Wes Matthews and Michael Jordan in the backcourt, along with Steve Johnson, Orlando Woolridge, and Dave Corzine. Kenny Carr.
I think starting agrees with Kenny Carr.
So Carr now has 11 points in the ball game. Portland's lead is 10, 54-44. As Matthews looks inside again for Steve Johnson. Johnson made a real tricky move, got free, but couldn't get it to go down. Carr with that rebound turns it over, and Wes Matthews scores for Chicago.
That's why the coach always says, get it away from the big guys. Kenny Carr usually does a pretty good job dribbling down court. Not that time. He's going to get it back.
Carr kicks it away again, so 2 consecutive turnovers for Kenny Carr. Is that a sign of fatigue?
Well, he can't be in game shape yet. Missing most of the year with the knee problem. I think he is a little tired, but he wanted to get that one back. After turning the ball over on the fast break, he was one-on-one, and he was forcing it.
Caldwell Jones, who has 2 points in the ball game, replaces Dave Corzine, who leads this contest with 7. Caldwell Jones has the ability to score, but rarely looks at the hoop. They end the ball inside to Steve Johnson.
Steve Johnson has been the type of player in the past you don't expect that type of aggressiveness out of, but I want to tell you, that's about as aggressive as you can get going around Michael. We come back to live action. Nice play to Sam Bowie. He just jams it through, makes it look easy. We got that on nice play by Valentine.
Tremendous assist from Darnell Valentine that time as he found Sam Bowie, who hammers it over the top. Portland's lead is 8, 56-44. Portland doubling up on Michael Jordan, and he finds Steve Johnson inside again. So Johnson now with 3 hoops. He has 9 in the contest. The lead is now 6, 56-50. Portland on top.
Well, that's what you're looking for out of a great player. Jordan draws 2, 3 defensive people, and he finds the open man.
Paxson with a left hand.
Maybe not spectacular and smooth, but very effective.
Well, it's very effective. Jim Paxson has one of the best hands, left hands in the NBA, particularly in a breaking situation. Michael Jordan comes back, gets a bump. Darnell Valentine.
Against Valentine, Jordan cuts across the lane. Nice pass from Steve Johnson. Ball squirms around, does not stay in, luckily for the Blazers. But Jordan's going to have a chance to go to the line for a couple. Good pass from Steve Johnson. Jordan, as soon as he gets it, tries to go up, and Bowie comes over, and I believe Bowie would have had the foul if Darnell wasn't caught for reaching in. If Jordan can develop the talent to know when to go one-on-one and create something within a smooth offense, then's when you develop the great teams. But it's not that easy.
So Jordan gets both of his free throws. He has 14 points in the contest. The Bulls continue to try to apply pressure. This ball knocked away by Michael Jordan.
Watch this.
Woolridge.
Woolridge, one of the greatest jumpers in the league. There wasn't much doubt what he's going to do with that when he got the other end.
The Bulls show pressure again with a 4-point advantage for Portland. 58-54. 3 minutes showing on the clock as Valentine penetrates. They call a travel.
Jack Ramsey wants a 20-second timeout. No one calls it. They better get back on defense.
Jordan can't control it, finally catches up with it, gets it up and down. So the individual athletic ability of Michael Jordan shows once again, and Jack Ramsey now gets his timeout, and the crowd responds.
It looked like to me that Michael Jordan had lost the ball, and on his dribble, picked it up again, started dribbling, and I think that's what Jack Ramsey was upset about, that no one saw him do that except a lot of the fans here and Coach Ramsey himself. And while all that was going on, the Bulls score another 2 points, and now the Blazers only have a 2-point lead.
So Portland's largest lead of the contest has been 12 at 50-40. As we take a look at Michael Jordan at the defensive end.
Now he's up there, and that's not a bad defensive play by Jordan.
Well, I think, Larry, what got Jack Ramsey initially upset was the Valentine penetration, in which he thought he got fouled as he knocked down, and they called it travel. Portland comes back with their set play. Paxson. Ball is deflected back to Paxson. So another long rebound, but this time Woolridge and the Bulls have it. Wes Matthews, quick pull-up jumper.
I guess he had that one all the way. He didn't hesitate. I tell you what he was thinking about initially, though, was a long lob pass to Jordan and streaking down the right side. Paxson was with him. Matthews says, well, if my running mate at guard is not open, I shoot it.
The Bulls have outscored the Trailblazers 18-6. Portland's lead at about the 7-minute mark, 52-40, is now tied up. Valentine to Paxson.
That was one of those shots that Jim Paxson, even though it was very deep, he had to take that right away because there was about 3 Blazers camped in the lane, and if he didn't shoot it, there definitely would have been a 3-second call.
Paxson's 11th point of the ball game gives Portland a 2-point advantage, 60-58. Woolridge just having a field day on that particular move, down the middle and over the top. Woolridge with 11. Orlando Woolridge with that driving hoop ties the ball game up, and Vandaway comes back from the outside and picks up a foul against Woolridge, who cannot believe the call. Vandaway, who likes to start his offensive game from the outside, turns and faces and goes right over the top of Woolridge. They say he got him a little bit on the elbow. It's a 3-point play for Vandaway. Kiki now has 12 points in the ball game, and Portland has a 3-point advantage. 1 minute and 42 seconds before intermission. Jordan. In and out. Bowie rebound. Jordan fouls as he knocks the ball away. Valentine on the floor, and Wes Matthews comes up with the loose ball. Wes Matthews out of control. Woolridge knocked away by Valentine. 2-on-1 break. Vandeweghe wide open. This fadeaway will not go, and Steve Johnson comes in with a rebound. Vandeweghe with his fadeaway jump shot. The ball is short, comes out to Steve Johnson. This is a real tough call right here, as it appeared that no one pushed Michael Thompson, but Thompson will go to the free throw line. Chicago Bulls Steve Johnson picks up that personal foul. That is the 15 on Chicago. Enos Watley, who started the ball game, replaces Wes Matthews, who is a streak offensive player. Lockery did not like what he saw on that last fast break and pulls him out of the ball game with 1:10 left. Michael Thompson gets one of 2 free throws, and Steve Johnson with another rebound, and Portland has a 4-point advantage, 60-40. Clock at the top, and you'll see it winding down to 50 seconds as the Bulls now have 10 seconds on the shot clock. Lob to Michael Jordan. He can't control it, but there's Orlando Woolridge. So Woolridge plays over the top of the basket, comes up with his 13th point of the night, and the Bulls are within 2, 64-32. Portland looking to Jim Paxson. The play was broken down. Valentine got the ball over to Sam Bowie, and he comes over the top for his 4th point of the night and gives Portland a 4-point advantage, 66-62. The Bulls want to hold for at least one shot, and they put it in the hands of Michael Jordan. Jordan directs traffic now and gets a clear side. Portland wants to force him to give it up. He does. Watley tipped in by Steve Johnson, so the Bulls get their 2 points just like they wanted, and Portland has one more chance with 6 seconds left on the clock. Valentine, Sam Bowie. Sam Bowie on the follow, and that's going to give Portland a 4-point advantage. So the Trailblazers will go into the intermission 68-64 as we take one more look. Valentine with 3 seconds on the clock. Sam Bowie follows and tips it in.
Exciting enough for you? I guess so. 68-64, Portland at the half. And how about this Jordan kid? You think he has some game? Well, we'll see and hear a lot about him in years to come, I'm sure. But this is why they call these fellas the greatest athletes on earth. That was some performance on that night, if you recall. And, you know, I got the feeling you haven't seen anything yet. I think the second half is going to be pretty exciting. So what do you say we rejoin the action? We'll head back. Memorial Coliseum, November 24th, 1984.
So we're just about ready to get the second half of action underway with the 3rd period of play. The Trailblazers will inbound the basketball. Their starting lineup the same that started the ball game. Valentine and Paxson in the backcourt, along with Kenny Carr, Kiki Vandeweghe, and Michael Thompson. So the Trailblazers look for Paxson inside. The ball is bounced off his head.
That had to hurt. Johnson comes over. He's talking to a few of the fans as he runs back down the court, but he got a hand on that, and that ball deflected off Jim Paxson's head. I think mainly his nose, as red as it is already.
So Paxson couldn't get to that basketball. It bounced off his head, and Portland turns it over. Jordan. The amazing thing about Michael Jordan is many times he is losing control of the basketball, but still has enough wherewithal at least to get it to the glass, and something good can happen. Sometimes it'll fall in. Kiki Vandeweghe.
He didn't waste any time. He said, I'll just shoot it if you don't get any closer to me, and good enough for 2 points.
Portland starts the ball game out with a turnover, then comes back with a hoop from Vandeweghe from the outside. The Bulls try to counter. Caldwell Jones running hook does not go in, but he gets it back. Paxson deflected. 2-on-1 break. Watley tried to save it as Paxson could not control the basketball, doesn't get there in time, so Portland and Jim Paxson will inbound the ball with 18 seconds remaining on the clock. Jim Paxson rings the bell for his 13th point of the ball game. First two here in the third period, and Portland has scored the first two hoops, and they have an 8-point advantage. 72-64 as they work to Michael Jordan. Woolridge.
Well, one thing for sure on that shot by Woolridge, you're not going to stop him from shooting that. He plants both feet and goes up so high.
Paxson comes from down low, does not get a foul, and Jordan and the Bulls break. Nice pass to Caldwell Jones, but he was going away, but he does come up with that errant pass.
Never pass to those centers when they're moving.
Well, they always ask for the ball.
Only when they're posting up.
Pressure by Valentine against Watley. Into Michael Jordan.
Well, a guy like Jordan and Woolridge, they have such tremendous jumping ability that once they get the ball and they go up, they're just not going to stop them from shooting the ball. You can go up and put the hand up in the air and try to bother them, but you're not going to bother them. It's just a question of where they miss or not.
Bulls come back with back-to-back hoops, and they make it a 4-point ball game, and Paxson quickly puts it back up to 6 for the Trailblazers. 15 points in a ball game for Paxson. 4 here in the third period of play, and Portland is up 74-68. Jordan, baseline drive.
And he's going to count that. A good spin move by Jordan to the baseline. Kenny Carr getting there about a half count too late. He's going to make this move baseline. As soon as he catches this ball, right here, Kenny comes over. He's still moving. Foul on Carr. 2 points, possibly 3 for Jordan.
Jordan with 5 points in a row brings the Bull within 3, 74-71. Portland on top, 9 minutes, 23 seconds. Watley with pressure.
That was the luck of the bounce for Valentine. It just happens that Valentine was bouncing the ball down when Watley was reaching in, and as a result, Watley got a hold of Valentine's wrist. Otherwise, he would have had a clean steal because Valentine did not know he was there. Looked like a foul.
Gets a piece of Kenny Carr's arm and the ball. Michael Jordan in the break over to Steve Johnson.
You see how fast, if we have a chance to see that again, when Michael Jordan, watch when he catches that ball. See how quick he takes those 2 steps and he's at the hoop, passes off for an assist there, but he's got unbelievable acceleration.
74-73 as Paxson works against Jordan.
Okay, nice shot by Jim Paxson, but you can see, never believe that other players don't get up when they're playing against certain people, because they're in Jim Paxson's eyes then. He said, I'm going to score 2 points on Jordan. And Jordan's got the capabilities of making people feel that way about it.
Jordan forces the shot. Thompson comes up with the rebound. Portland has a 3-point advantage. They look for more. Vandeweghe could not control that pass from Valentine. It bounces off the head and the hands of Enos Watley, so Portland will inbound under their basket.
Lucky for Darnell, unlucky for the Blazers, because that ball was underthrown.
Valentine, good pass from Thompson, and he gives a better pass to Kenny Carr.
Good pass over to Kenny Carr. Kenny Carr is going to go up strong for this one. Now, Steve Johnson gets a little bit of the wrist and the ball, I believe, on this one. Kenny Carr going up strong right there. The ball and the wrist, good call by the official. Kenny Carr going to get 2 from the line. Not now.
Carr has 2 attempts. You had that right. We'll see if he comes away with the second on the year. Kenny Carr hasn't had many opportunities. Shooting 70%. He comes away with 1 of 2. Portland's lead is 4, 77-73. Watley trying to bull his way inside, goes to the baseline, can't get it to fall, but there's Steve Johnson.
We're going to say this going against Michael Thompson. Steve Johnson, now watch this. Watch these 2 guys underneath. Now, they're both going at it right now. They're hooked. Now, Johnson holds Michael Thompson down somewhat and then comes into him. That's one of those that they could have called a foul on either player, really, before they did.
Woolridge on an inline pass and return. Gets his 17th point of the night, and the Bulls stick close, 77-75. Paxson. Jim Paxson beats Michael Jordan for his 19th point of the contest. Jordan, the leading scorer of the night with 21. Paxson having a big period. He has 8 so far in this period. Jordan opened momentarily, but they missed it.
Boy, if they got you then, you know what would happen.
Tough shot by Woolridge. And Notre Dame and North Carolina, 2 colleges that seem to downplay their players' ability. You really don't know what kind of offensive talent they're going to be in the pros.
They sort of restrict their players, controlled offenses, controlled defenses, and you never turn a player loose. And there's been some great players come out of those 2 schools that have liked the pro game very much.
Terpuka and Woolridge for Notre Dame, Walter Davis and Michael Jordan, James Worthy from North Carolina have all been big pluses. We got a break in the action. And the Trailblazers have a 4-point advantage, just like they did at halftime, 81-77.
Temple City, over 40 basketball. It's fantastic. Yay! Go shoot it! Shoot it! Shoot it!
Pop-a-shot basketball at O'Brien's. It's a fantastic.
Take a look at some of the highlights and some of the action as the Trailblazers push this basketball around and find a nice cutting Michael Thompson for a good 2 points.
Little miscommunication between Woolridge and Caldwell Jones on that, but good ball movement by the Blazers, and that's what we talk about smooth offense. You see Michael Thompson sort of taking all in stride, going to take his teeth out there.
Mouthpiece.
Mouthpiece. Oh, those aren't his teeth? Boy, would he get on me if he knew I said that. But no, Michael Thompson wearing that mouthpiece. As we mentioned, it's very rough under the boards, and he wants to keep those nice white teeth intact.
It's almost standard equipment now as we take a look at the bench scoring. The Bulls still have that slight edge, but almost all the players have mouthpieces now. A lot like hockey in the sense that all of the smart hockey players now wear head guards. Only the last of the real macho men in hockey and perhaps macho men in basketball Woolridge travel.
That's what enabled him to get around so easily, was that travel move.
Well, that's the second time that we've seen out of a timeout that they set up a play for Woolridge to take advantage of his quickness and jumping ability against Vanderway. Portland works to Carr.
That was what you might call a quick whistle. They're going to call that foul against Steve Johnson. Kenny Carr getting the ball in a post-up position. The problem was Kenny really almost was not in a post-up position. If you see that ball about 10, 12 feet away from the basket, did not have too much he could do with it except throw it up there and was fouled.
Steve Johnson, who had just 1 foul at the intermission, picks up 2 very quickly here in period number 3. That sends him to the bench. Dave Corzine comes in. Excuse me, David Greenwood comes in. The Trailblazers counter with Clyde Drexler for Vanderway and Sam Bowie for Michael Thompson.
Clyde, talk about moving from one spot to the other. He comes in the first quarter. He guards Jordan. Comes in here now in the third quarter. He's guarding Woolridge.
Watley on the drive. They call a 3 seconds. So Caldwell Jones is caught looking, thinking that the ball was going to go in the air, working for offensive position. Pulling up by 6, 83-77. 6 minutes and 22 seconds here in the third period of play.
Another whistle. Now, I got a feeling Kevin Lockery that at the point you start mentioning to Tommy Nunez, he's not agreeing with every call. He's starting giving that evil eye.
Kevin Lockery is a career leader amongst coaches in technical fouls, so a conversation by Kevin would not be unusual. Tough drive by Jimmy Paxson.
Great. That was not a layup. That was just a tough shot.
10 points in the period for Paxson, 21 on the night. He's Portland's leading scorer. He is tied game high honors now with Michael Jordan, both of the players with 21 points. Quentin Daly, who came off the bench on fire, finds Woolridge inside. They're going to call a foul against Kenny Carr.
Well, Kenny Carr is hoping that they were going to call the travel first because Woolridge, he did travel. It's just a question of whether he's bumped first. That could have been an offensive pick there, a call. But he does travel, but he was bumped first by Kenny Carr.
Daly.
Does he hit the rim? Has he hit the rim yet tonight?
One time, that's the one shot he's missed. Daly at the intermission was 4 of 5. Valentine.
Oh. Good body control by Darnell Valentine. Super penetration going down the lane. And as he draws the defensive player, as we see Jerome Kersey into the game for the first time tonight, he's able to get the ball up. They're going to say Darnell was, well, they're in a penalty anyway, but that's why he's going to the line. But he was passing off, good penetration.
Enos Watley comes out of the ball game not happy about that. A little dejected look on his face. Watley replaced by Wes Matthews. Valentine's first free throw, and that's his first opportunity from the line tonight, in and out. He's shooting 78% on the season, averaging 14 points a contest. 1 or 2 for Valentine. Portland's lead, 86-79. 5 minutes, 23 seconds left in the third period of play. Corzine, Greenwood, and Orlando Woolridge for the Bulls. Ball knocked away. Wes Matthews did his job just by harassing Drexler, but Portland scored with Valentine from the top of the key.
Clyde might have felt he had more jumping ability than he really had on that one. He was a long way from the bucket. That'd have been sensational if he'd been able to dunk that one.
Lost a little bit of control. The Bulls come back deep to Corzine. Ball knocked away by Drexler and the Trailblazers. Good pass to Paxson. So Paxson's third period continues to stay hot, and the Bulls want to take a timeout. Down by 11 points, Kevin Lockley calls time. The crowd responds to the fast breaking opportunity that Portland Trailblazers created, and the Chicago Bulls will inbound with a noisy Memorial Coliseum crowd.
Just as you said that, he got dead quiet.
Daly. Continues to sizzle.
He can shoot the ball.
Quentin Daly has 12 points. No, excuse me, 13 points off the bench. Blocked by Woolridge.
He was waiting for that.
Daly, wide open. Too easy.
Yes, that's right. He had too much time to think about that one.
Wes Matthews jumps in front of a Drexler-Valentine connection. Portland will get the ball back with 19 seconds left on the shot clock. Michael Jordan scurries to the scorer's table for Chicago, so we'll see Jordan re-enter the ball game at the next dead ball. Confusion by Portland with 11 seconds to go. Valentine a little bit out of control. The ball is knocked out of bounds. Tommy Nunez says Portland gets it back. Woolridge out of the ball game. As we take a look at the turnovers in this period, the Bulls 4 and Portland 1. Portland has 8 seconds to get it up and down. Jerome Kersey knocked away by Michael Jordan.
The Blazers are out hustling the Bulls. For those balls that are laying around, the Blazers are getting all of them.
Drexler gets his first 2 of the period, 11 on the night. Portland's lead, 11. Greenwood short again. Jerome Kersey inside. Valentine shoots that ball in there to him, and he picks up a foul on David Greenwood.
You know, this situation here, the ball is good play by the Bulls. Drexler gets the ball back. There's contact. There's no call, but Drexler still comes up with the 2 points. Jerome Kersey has the knack And I think an excellent knack, especially since he's a rookie, of getting that ball around the hoop and going hard. Shooting in the quarter still, the Blazers are sizzling at 75%.
And the Bulls are saying we're not doing too bad ourselves. It's 54%, and that's just about what the teams have done through the first 2 periods of play. So the offensive complexion has not changed. Corzine bulls his way inside and is going to draw a foul on Sam Bowie. That is the 3rd personal against Sam Bowie.
Okay, as we watch the replay, Corzine, now look where he catches the ball. Sam's in trouble. Now, it looked like he didn't touch anything when he swipes at the ball, but he had that knee in the back of Corzine as the ball was entered into him. You can't allow the guy that close of a post-up position.
Corzine's a big, heavy player anyway and likes to bull his way inside. Last year, Corzine beefed up to try to go against some of that Eastern Conference and found out that he wasn't effective, really slowed him down a lot more. This year, he's dropped about 25 pounds and seems to be more effective. Gets 1 of 2. The Bulls within 11. 93-82. The Bulls continue to show pressure. We have said that a lot tonight. Oh, and the reason is we have a lot of great athletes out here. 2 easy shots by Daly, and he misses them both. Comes up short, Valentine.
He's going to take it all the way this time. Oh! He still gets it. I tell you, I don't know how Jerome Kersey missed that because he had both feet planted. He goes up strong. I think he just underestimated where he's going to dunk that thing, but he had all kinds of time to dunk this. He's got too good of jumping ability not to get up on that one. Ball comes back to him on a lucky bounce off the rim. There he goes up. He doesn't get it. Comes back. He's fouled, and he gets it to go in. But Jerome, he has tremendous jumping ability. I don't know how he missed that first dunk attempt.
So Kersey completes the 3-point play. Portland now has their biggest lead of the night of 14, 96-82. 2 minutes, 30 seconds remaining in the 3rd period of play. The quick trigger of the Bulls has got them in trouble, but Michael Jordan comes from the outside again. Daly can't control it. He comes out to Paxson, and he's going to draw a foul. This one against Michael Jordan.
Good call by the officials. Jim Paxson making the spin move to go around Jordan. Jordan doing the bumping. The thing that I have been really surprised with this Chicago offense is that they almost expect Jordan to do it on his own without setting him up with some kind of organized offensive plays for him to go one-on-one or set a pick. It's almost like, well, if you get the ball, it doesn't make any difference where everybody else is in the court. You go ahead and take it one-on-one. But again, maybe that's not the case. Maybe he's not supposed to try to do that.
25 points on the night for Jim Paxson. Portland leads 16. Corzine. Paxson tips the ball out to Steve Coulter, who replaced Valentine, keeps the break going for Portland. Good penetration and the hoop for Coulter. So the Bulls now playing no defense. Ball stolen by Coulter.
Good heads-up play by Coulter. Kevin Lockery is calling timeout, and you can listen why.
20-second timeout. 20-point advantage for the Trailblazers, and the crowd really likes what they're seeing tonight.
I don't blame him. Jack even likes what they see. Jack may smile before this game's over. Coulter, nice play here. The swat at the ball made by the Bulls guard doesn't work. Now watch Coulter. He's heads up, comes back, tips it away, then he has to dig it out. Body tackle by Corzine's not effective. He's going to get back to Clyde. Clyde tries to put up. Paxson over to Clyde, excuse me. And there's your biggest lead of the night. 34 points by the Blazers in this quarter, and it's not over.
Trailblazers and the Bulls shooting high percentages. Both of them continue to work in good offensive position. This time the Bulls come back with Dave Corzine. and cut the lead to 18. 102-84. Pressure by Chicago. Sam Bowie. Bowie can rouse it over to Clyde Drexler. Line drive, jump shot for Drexler makes it 20-point lead for Portland again. 104-84. Under a minute to play in the third period of play. Wes Matthews.
Looks like he might have traveled a little.
So Jerome Kersey and the Trailblazers look for another transition opportunity. 37 seconds as Drexler lets this one go. Steve Johnson rebound and long pass up to Michael Jordan. Oh my.
How long does it take you to get from the sideline to under the basket? Right here. 1, 2, 3 steps up, 2 points, and to the foul line. 1, 2, 3, and he's there.
The Trailblazers built this 20-point lead with some good defense. They certainly can't get complacent, even though there's just 12 minutes, 28 seconds remaining in the contest. 28 seconds left in the third period of play. Jordan with a three-point play. That gives him 24 points on the night. 8 in the period for Michael Jordan. Bowie.
I think the crowd likes that. What a pass. Good save by Kersey. Drexler, a great pass. Watch how high up Bowie gets. Well, we can't sit on that angle. We'll take another look at it. We got cameras all over the building. Watch Bowie go up. Boom. The foul.
Bowie cannot get the three-point play, but the crowd is buzzing here at the Coliseum. And again, that shows the long arms and the leaping ability of Sam Bowie. Bowie having a fine offensive show for his first ball game back. 10 points tonight for Sam Bowie. 6 seconds left as Wes Matthews cranks one up for Chicago. Corzine inside and another foul on Sam Bowie. So Bowie beat at the offensive end in the rebound position.
Well, look at Bowie. They're going to call Bowie a foul on this on the rebound right here. Now, that's a good call. Sam got a little lazy there, and I think he's a little tired. First game back, but he did not make an attempt to get around and block Corzine off the boards, and he tried to get away with the push, but was caught.
So Bowie's logged about 20 minutes tonight, 14 in that first half. He came in just past the 6-minute mark, so he may be feeling the effects of the fast pace of this ball game. Corzine continues to be an effective player for Chicago off the bench. That's 12 points on the night, and the third period is over. So the Trailblazers lead 106-89. We'll be back with the fourth period right after this.
No luck on that.
Oh! 3 guys playing horse. It's fantastic.
You got H.O.? Is that right? H.O.? H.O.?
Whoa!
We're about to get the fourth period underway here. The Trailblazers with a big advantage over the Chicago Bulls. They had a big third period holding the Bulls down with just about 20 points in that period. You see the leading scorers, Paxson with 14 points in the period. Is Portland's leading scorer, 25. Michael Jordan, leading scorer for Chicago. Dave Corzine back inside, but can't get it to go. There's Steve Thompson. And a foul against Michael Thompson. Look at Steve Johnson. That is a thinner, more fit Steve Johnson than we've seen since he's come in the league.
Right. And you can see it now. You're also looking at, I believe, a fitter, leaner Michael Thompson than the past few years. And you mentioned earlier about Corzine. I tell you, I haven't seen very many players that have tried to bulk up where it's helped them. I mean, basketball is a game of lean, mean, fluid motions, and I don't think you get that when you start bulking up. You can work on weights to create stamina, but when you start bulking up, I haven't seen too many guys that have had very good results.
Got a goaltend. Lockery off the bench. He can't believe it as they sandwich Vanderway underneath.
Lockery's he's going to get one. He's going to get one right now. Here, he's going to go after Nunez. He is upset. It's been building now for about a quarter and a half here with Nunez and Kevin Lockery. Let's listen and see if we can find out what's going on.
Lockery livid because Tommy Nunez gave the motion that the ball was going up, but he called it a goal change. And he's saying, how can that be if it's still going up? Now tell me.
Oh, Kevin, you could read his lips. He said, I'm sorry. You know that he didn't mean that. There it goes. Matter of time. Tommy, he is taking all he could from Lockery.
Well, it was the most polite thing he said all night that got him the technical. I'm sorry, it was just the way that he said it. Nunez takes exception, so when we come out of this timeout, the Trailblazers will get a free opportunity.
I guess Tommy Nunez thought that Kevin Lockery was being sarcastic when he said, I'm sorry. Kiki Vandeweghe makes a technical foul. Bulls will put it back in play, see if they can cut into the Blazer lead.
Well, the Bulls are going to come with their best offensive show right now. Daly, Woolridge, and Michael Jordan, their three leading scorers, are all out on the floor at the same time, along with two pretty good inside players in Steve Johnson and Dave Corzine. And we'll see if they make a dent in this huge Trailblazer lead of 18, 109-91. Daly.
He needed a tougher shot.
You're
all
right.
he needed.
He needed a hand in his face because when there's been one there, he's been able to knock it down. Quentin Daly has 15 points on the night. Good pass into Michael Thompson, foul, Orlando Woolridge.
Good heads-up play by Drexler. Seeing the entire floor, gets underneath to Michael Thompson. And again, Michael Thompson going strong to the hoop. His hands knocked away, but he has a chance for two. We might mention that at Denver tonight, the 76ers are paying a visit. Denver wins 114-110.
The Nuggets continue to play hot basketball. That pushes them into the lead in the Midwest Division with a record of 11-2. So just two times they have lost. They've had some big crowds at Denver this year. So the trade that they made with Portland has made them a very effective basketball team for this 84-85 campaign.
We also might mention at the end of 3 at Los Angeles. In this case, at the Clippers home, it's Lakers 79 and Clippers 78.
Corzine pushes that ball over the top. Steve Johnson stays after it, and the Bulls score inside. Johnson with 17. The Bulls within 16. 111-95. Pressure in the backcourt. Daly on Steve Coulter. Vandeweghe's drive. Oh, my.
Take that. He said, I can jump too.
He has seen a few of those by Woolridge on top of him. Woolridge coming back with the drive, almost in the basket, and picks up the foul on Vandeweghe.
Vandeweghe, he realized that Woolridge was going to have to come back with that right hand, but we're taking a look at this dunk by Vandeweghe, and he gets in there quick himself. Nice baseline move. Woolridge trying to return the favor on his end of the court. Kiki realizing that Woolridge is going to bring that ball back to his right hand. Couldn't quite get the ball without getting Woolridge's arm.
Woolridge, 78% from the line, gets both of them. 16-point lead again for the Trailblazers. 10 minutes remaining in the fourth period of play, so Portland really cannot afford to get careless with the basketball. Almost lose it. Drexler against Michael Jordan. Jordan on the wraparound.
Well, even though we're all for the Blazers, I was hoping they weren't going to blow that whistle because Jordan was getting the ball back. See what he could do solo at the other end.
Jordan picks up his third personal foul at the 10:04 mark of the fourth period of play. Drexler now one-on-one against Michael Jordan. Ball is down on the floor. Corzine good at digging it out. Quentin Daly.
Oh, I'm going to tell you, he wasn't thinking pass for one instant. He was thinking shoot all the way.
Daly's hoop makes it a 14-point ball game, 113-99, 9 minutes, 32 seconds to go. The Bulls get another turnover by Portland. Stolen back nearly by Steve Coulter, and he does come up with a loose ball. Coulter to Drexler. Offensive foul on Clyde Drexler.
Turning his body, going in. That's one of those calls that could go either way. But Clyde on his penetration to the basket. Good pass over here to Drexler. Drexler goes up. He's not going to get it.
Well, that's going to be a foul on Jerome Kersey over the top.
I was going to say, that they couldn't have called Drexler a foul on that one.
5 team fouls against the Trailblazers.
Already.
With 9 minutes and 19 seconds remaining, that's not a good sign for Portland. Carr in the ball game for Jerome Kersey. Steve Johnson gets 1 of 2 for 18 points on the night. A 13-point advantage for Portland. So Portland's biggest lead of the night has been 20. Now shrunk to 13. The Bulls continue to apply pressure. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Vandeweghe.
Great left hand.
Run and catch by Steve Johnson, but he didn't take the ball up with him and turned the ball over.
Good for him.
All the way, hoping for a foul as he finished 115-110. Portland on top by 15. Vandeweghe.
You think that was a block?
It was a hard block.
There was a few guys blocked that one. Watch Kiki. He's going to go basically. He said, this has been working pretty well for me. Let's see if it works this time. No.
Steve Johnson there, Dave Corzine there. The ball is batted out of bounds. Portland gets it back.
That was about a half second away from being a 5-second violation out of bounds.
Bulls double up, and Steve Coulter finds Michael Thompson. The lead was down to 13. Portland has scored back-to-back hoops. They're up by 17-1, 17-100. Jordan looks inside to Corzine.
That ball tried to come out.
Corzine with 14. Portland's lead at 15.
Look at Higgins, I believe. As Higgins was coming up, he was just caught at the wrong place at the wrong time. Picked up the foul turnover. 15 for the Blazers, resulting in 12 points. 17 for the Bulls, resulting in 22 points. That's a lot.
Kevin Lockery told me before the ball game they're going to be up and down, and their defensive play indicates that they're really not solid and sure of their defensive philosophy. Vandeweghe inside scores again. Portland's lead back to 17, 119-102. Kiki Vandeweghe now with 23 points. Corzine from the outside.
Well, if he has a chance to cock that arm and a little time, he's an excellent shooter from the outside.
Pressure in the backcourt by Quentin Daly against the rookie Steve Coulter. The Bulls now double up. Sid Green in the ball game replacing Steve Johnson. Drexler gone cold now with his jump shot from the outside.
Higgins is looking somewhat uncomfortable with the dribble.
Corzine inside. But Dave Corzine, really the hot hand right now for Chicago Bulls. In this period, he has scored 6 points, and he's keeping the Bulls close. 13-point advantage for the Trailblazers. 119-106. 7 minutes remaining in the fourth period of play. Coulter hammered by Sid Green.
That had to hurt.
Sidney Green, their #1 pick a year ago, virtually useless to them due to a lot of back injuries. Seemed to suffer from back spasms and an attitude problem the entire season. Came back with renewed vigor, getting a little bit more playing time, even though he entered this ball game late tonight. The Bulls really kind of have a wealth of talent at that forward position, particularly when you think they've taken a center and transplanted him. That really is going to kill the playing time. Johnson, Greenwood, Woolridge, Sidney Green, all big mobile players.
I tell you, Jack Ramsey must like what he's seeing out of young Steve Coulter tonight, because he's made 2 substitutions, and Coulter's still in there.
121-106 as Daly drives. So Quentin Daly comes up with his 19th point off the bench. It's a 13-point advantage for Portland. Vandeweghe.
Nice play.
Rod Higgins is supposed to be a defensive specialist, but unfortunately he's come in when Vandeweghe's got the hot hand, and Vandeweghe is beginning to roll here in this period. He has got 11. Sidney Green.
Ooh. Turns around, effortlessly puts it in.
(123-110) as both teams continue to exchange baskets. Paxson. 27 on the night for Jim Paxson. So the duel between Paxson and Jordan has materialized, and Paxson has a 3-point advantage at this time. Jordan has not handled the ball much lately. Gets it now. Won't go on that little jackknife drive. Comes back and hammers this one.
Says, I'll make this one stay in.
Nothing cute about that last hoop by Michael Jordan. He has the Bulls within 13 once again, and Portland takes a timeout. 5:32 remaining in the ball game.
Get out, Miller! Get out, Miller! Spread out! Oh! Regina Miller, you stink! You stink! She ain't got nothing. She ain't got nothing. That was luck. That was luck. You shut up. St. Ignatius 8th grade girls basketball is fantastic. Regina, where's your game at?
Sit down.
Where's your game at?
Sit down.
Where's your game at?
Shut up.
So the Bulls continue to show pressure. This time it's Daly and Jordan in the back court. Coulter on the drive.
Oh. That wasn't easy. He had to make sure he got that ball up above everyone that's trying to block it. He got it to go in.
That wasn't the play to Jack Ramsey diagram, but that's called playing basketball. He scores. Daly comes back and
You're
scores
right.
again.
Just needs a hand in his face. He only misses front. And I think there is some truth to that. When you guard a guy that's a real good shooter with the hand in his face all the time, daring to take one by himself. Daly, that's the only time he's missed tonight is when he's been by himself.
Daly with 21 in the ball game gets Portland's lead down to 13. Portland 7 seconds on the shot clock. Coulter with air. Jordan and the Bulls. Now Jordan, realizing he was not in any position to get a hoop that time, committed himself too soon, but Portland turns it over and the Bulls score, and they're within 11. 127-116. Sid Green comes up with his 4th point here in the period. Chicago continues to show pressure. Corzine near steal.
Oh, that's what, right there, that's a big shot, because believe me, that's what the Bulls wanted the Blazers to do. Take the quick shot, not use any time. And if that would have been a miss, that would really have hurt, but Kiki didn't hesitate.
Emphasize quick shot from the outside. A layup for Vandeweghe in his mind. Sam Bowie deflects that one out of bounds, so the Bulls will have 13 seconds to get this shot up and down.
Corzine receiving the ball down below. Right there, Sam reaching in, then trying to get his hands back quickly and say, I didn't touch it.
Chicago works to Michael Jordan. Tough jump shot. Checked by Rod Higgins. So Higgins gets his first 2. Still 11-point lead. Plenty of time for Chicago. 129-118.
Oh, they're going to call a foul too. Tommy Nunez looks like he's going to count the basket. Now, Lockery, I tell you right now, he's heading towards the other end. That, I don't think is goaltending. I could go for the foul.
Vandeweghe having one of those very quiet 30-point evenings. He had 12 at the intermission. He now has 30 on the night. When all the attention was focused on the duel between Jordan and Paxson, somewhere Vandeweghe slipped in and has gone crazy. Michael Jordan on the drive.
Going to go against Paxson. Now that's the type of play you really expect to see more out of the Bulls. You see, it's one-on-one. There's no one around to help out Jim Paxson, and a guy with the ability of Michael Jordan's going to be able to penetrate around just about anybody in the league. But you don't see that happen too often. They're not really clearing out an area for Jordan.
And Jordan with that one thing that you talked about, Larry, great first step with acceleration, and once he's by, he puts a lot of distance between himself and the man that he just left.
And you add control at the end of all that, you got a pretty good basketball player.
28 points for Michael Jordan. The Bulls within 12. Darnell Valentine back in with 3:33 remaining in the contest, along with Michael Thompson. Good pass into Paxson, but it will not stay. Quentin Daly in the Bulls looking for another quick hoop. Daly. Tell you what, he has made some tough running shots tonight, and it's a 10-point ball game. Jordan with the steal. Bowie with the block. So the Bulls had a chance to cut it to 8. Sam Bowie shut that down. Michael Thompson tries to come over the top, and Corzine comes up with that ball after it's knocked away. Chicago. Sid Green.
2 chances for the Bulls they weren't able to capitalize on.
Well, Green was wide open, and if he had got the ball going to the basket, Shirley was going to get an easy scoring opportunity. The pass was long. He tried to save it, and Portland has it back. An important possession for Portland. Thompson working hard inside. Now has to come outside to receive a pass.
Somebody's going to have to get it up now. 4 seconds. It's going to be Paxson.
Oh, my, tough shot right there. Michael Jordan all over Jim Paxson, and Paxson wheels and gets that one down against the shot clock, and Jordan walks it up. Paxson has 29 points on the night. 2-minute mark. Corzine.
And if Lockery is reading what's going on in the game right now, you know that Sam Bowie is feeling a little exhausted. He's not in shape from sitting out so long with that sprained ankle.
10-point lead as Portland tries to come inside to Vandeweghe, and Jordan and the Bulls run once again. Jordan. Quentin Daly. And a foul from Michael Thompson. So with 1 minute and 40 seconds to go, this play from Jordan to Daly has the crowd here restless, and they felt that, hey, they pretty much had this game under control.
Well, the Bulls are hanging around. Only an 8-point lead right now for the Blazers. Chance for it to decrease to 7 with Daly at the line.
Daly, 26 points off the bench. 7-point lead for Portland. Clyde Drexler in the ball game, replacing Michael Thompson. Bulls showed pressure. Michael Jordan tried to gamble and make a steal, picks up the foul, and so Portland and Drexler will go to the free throw line.
Drexler not doing too bad. You're looking. I know you're double taking on those stats. I didn't realize Clyde was shooting that well from the free throw line either.
83%, almost 84% for Clyde Drexler. He's only missed 7 times coming into the contest tonight. 36 of 43, so not a good choice of people to foul that time by Michael Jordan.
He wants to take over that designated technical free throw shooter from Kiki Vandeweghe.
So with 1 minute and 29 seconds to go, the Bulls down by 9. Kevin Lockery takes a timeout. Drexler off the bench, having done his job tonight, 17 points in this contest. Bulls have the ability to go from 3-point range with Michael Jordan, Quentin Daly, and Rod Higgins. They will come back with Dave Corzine and Sidney Green with that threesome. The Trailblazers counter with Sam Bowie, Kiki Vandeweghe, and Clyde Drexler, Valentine, and Jim Paxson. Jordan short with his 3-pointer. Portland will play catch only temporarily. Jordan and the Bulls. Tremendous move down the lane, but he doesn't get it to go. Green tips it in, and Chicago continues the pressure. Down 136, 129.
Now here's where the Blazers need to use the clock. They don't want to take a shot. Ooh. I don't know where that ball would have been intercepted if Corzine hadn't committed the foul. It's academic now because Corzine did commit the foul on Sam Bowie, and that was definitely an intentional one. He wanted to make sure that the Blazers did not use any more time.
Trailblazers have a lot of 80%ers on their team. Sam Bowie was one of them. 12 of 15 going into the night.
Was one of.
Gets 1 of 2. 8-point lead. The Bulls want a timeout. So Kevin Lockery undoubtedly is looking for another quick-hitting three-point play. Daly and Jordan in the backcourt as they come 94 feet, and they'll try for a quick score. Rod Higgins, who has the ability to come from 3. They find Daly. That ball is partially deflected by Valentine. Sam Bowie with a rebound. Bulls looking to foul.
It almost looks there like a few of the Blazers are saying, hey, please foul me so I can go to the foul line. They were all, Paxson looked like he probably should have passed before he did. Said, hey, please foul me. I get a couple more points. Darnell looked the same. Clyde Fine says, hey, I'll show you how to do it, guys. I just hold on to it till they do foul me.
They all held. Valentine and Paxson both got bumped, but no whistles, and Drexler ends up with the cheap opportunities. Hands them both. He has 19 on the night. Jordan and the Bulls down by 10, trying to work for some kind of score. Ball knocked away from Michael Jordan. Paxson, 2-on-1 to Drexler. Nice play. .31 points as Michael Jordan goes in. Tripped up, and they call a foul against Clyde Drexler. That's his 5th personal on the evening, and Jordan will go to the line. 20 seconds remaining in this ball game, and the Trailblazers have wrapped this one up with a strong offensive showing in the second half of play. At the end of one half of play, Portland was up by 4, 68-64. The third period really was a breakaway period. They went up by as many as 20 points. Jordan makes it a 10-point contest with 20 seconds left. Portland merely has to dribble out the clock as they put the ball in the hands of Darnell Valentine. The Bulls and Daly try to pressure.
Let's see who'll hold on to it, get this foul. The Bulls won't foul now. The game's over.
Well, they shouldn't foul. Valentine can just dribble out the clock right here, which he should do. That's going to do it. So the Portland Trailblazers defeat the Chicago Bulls 141-131 in that offensive explosion that we talked about. We'll be back with more from the Coliseum right after this.
How about that one? Now, that was fun, wasn't it? A Blazers classic game that's one to really behold. The Bulls score 42 points in the fourth quarter and still lose by 10, 141-131. That's unbelievable. Blazers shoot 67% in the game, which at the time was a club record, and only to be surpassed 2 years later. 67%, 141 points. Jim Paxson was just absolutely superb. He had 31 points, 14 of 16 on his field goal shooting. Kiki had 30, and Michael Thompson chipped in with 17. But listen to this. The three of them combined, and this is really an impressive number, 33 of 43 from the field, 77%. Whew. That's staggering. Jordan previewed, as I mentioned earlier, he showed that he was going to be some player in the years to come, and to this day still is. And despite what he did, which was 30 points, the Blazers win that one 141-131. Truly a Blazers classic game. Well, we hope you enjoy these trips down memory lane. We're going to be having more of them for you in the future, and we ask you to stay tuned. It's fun for us. We hope it's fun for you. Till the next time, good night.
This has been a presentation of Blazer Broadcasting and Post Up Productions.